What's up? Welcome back to another Splicket video. I was chilling eating some mini M&Ms like one does on a, Sunday afternoon, and I had a really good question, like shower thoughts basically. That's just what my mind is. Once again, not much showering, just doing the most mundane, normal things. Are people getting stupider? I mean, it's always the classic this generation, these kids these days just with stuck to their iPads and just always, watching Skibbity Toilet, whatever you may say. But are they actually getting stupider? Is it just, people being annoyed at younger people being annoying? I mean, it's a valid thing to say. I mean, if I'm annoyed at someone, I'll call them whatever I want because I'm annoyed at them. So is, just old people, just boomers, just annoyed at young generations, or are people actually getting stupider? Because I'll be scrolling through YouTube and I'll see a video talking about teachers and how they're teaching their students who are in like 7th grade and they're at like a 2nd grade reading level, and that sounds scary, at least in America. The education system, everyone can complain about that, and for a good reason. It kind of freaking sucks. Except, is it failing us that hard to where people in 7th grade are actually at reading levels 5 grades below them? Or people just like really stuck in their own butt and thinking, oh, everyone's just so much stupider than we are. We and me is part of this generation. We're just so much smarter and better. I mean, is that true? What evidence is there to back up people being stupider or being smarter in previous generations? I mean, the school system, I'm not gonna lie, kind of seems like it's falling apart. And I could vouch for that. I have to go through it. You could say one reason people are getting stupider is because of COVID, and that's a reasonable response. Whenever COVID hit, people just kind of stopped doing school. I mean, I certainly did not try an online school whatsoever, and I don't think many people did, because why would you? There's zero stakes. No one's gonna care what grade you get, and no one's gonna care what you did. I mean, I tried because I thought I was a stand-up person. I really regret it now. I really wish I just laid in bed and didn't even wake up, just joined the call and called it good. So then it was COVID making people stupid, or just, them not learning, practically skipping a grade and a half, and still being messed up for years to come, having to wear masks and having to social distance. I mean, definitely did not help with people's ability to get social. I mean, you could hardly see people's faces or hear them talk. Now, personally, I like the mask. I mean, I'm not Dream. I'm not addicted to wearing a mask. I'm not too scared to show my own face. But, it was comforting. The warm, disgusting air that is just recycled throughout the entire time. It kind of grew on me. So when I had to remove it, it took me weeks to actually feel comfortable to actually take off my mask. And now I'm thinking about now, I don't know why I would ever want to keep that thing on. I mean, it just sounds like a problem waiting to happen. Maybe it's less COVID and people just being stupid in general. Maybe it's the social aspect of things. Them just being less willing to talk to people or more willing to talk to people, and therefore making it harder to learn in either circumstance. Is fear taken away from their education, from their success? I don't think so either. Alright then, so maybe it's motivation. Maybe people just simply do not care. They don't want to do school, and they don't want to try. I mean, that's totally valid, right? I mean, I know plenty of people who don't care. All they do is just talk to their friends or try to go on their phone. I mean, across people being too scared to talk to each other, too lazy and too unmotivated to care about their education, and too bored to give it even a chance. I mean, who's not to expect that people are just gonna be stupid or not gonna learn as well? And maybe necessarily it isn't their fault. Maybe it is some other greater thing at play. But to blame yourself, that's a completely different thing. I mean, people never want to admit that's their fault. In sports, in video games, in anything, people, when they mess up, it's not their fault, it's the wind, it's their controller battery died, they had stick drift. I mean, even if all the things are true, you still gotta say, maybe I should have compensated that, maybe I should have realized that. And if it's truly something that's not your fault, then, don't make an excuse, just say, dang, that sucks, and just move on. Stop trying to yap about it. It's like, that was not my fault, I promise, I swear, it was the wind, not me. I mean, no one really cares other than you. So, why is it any different about school and learning? No one really cares other than you, and if you don't care, then no one cares. And so that means you don't learn. You don't gain anything from anything, really. I mean, what you care about, you'll learn about, because that's just how it works, but no one cares about school. I mean, some people do, but really, no, not one bit. So maybe instead of it being people are getting stupider, it's just people are lacking motivation and social skills to be able to learn and grow, and in turn it does make them seem stupid or seem lesser than their peers or the people before them, just because times are different. I mean, imagine taking a baby from the 1960s and making them grow up today until they're, I don't know, an adult, 18, and then send them back. Send them back to where they're, 18, 1978, right? They would be weird. They would be the weirdest kid on around. I mean, no one would want to talk to them unless they think they're like a really cool time traveler, of course. But otherwise, they wouldn't be able to make normal friends fit into normal things because this everything's so different now than it was back then. So why are you comparing things that are, you know, different now to the same standards like they were back then? Things have changed. I'm not saying people should, lack focus and motivation and attention, but they do, and that's what it is. No one can stop it. It's just kind of how the world works, how the cookie crumbles, right? That's how the saying goes. So, if it's not the people's fault because they're just different, and if it's not the education system's fault because, no one wants to change that apparently, then why is it? I think genuinely there is no answer. I mean, it's always just what your opinion is. The basic question, are people getting stupider? But then it goes on more than that. Is it because, we're being held to the same standards they were 60 years ago, which are, completely irrelevant to today? Or is it because, the school system is old and outdated and doesn't work? Or is it because we, as a people, as a younger generation, just are stupid? We just, every time a new person is born who's younger, just they lose a few brain cells. So why are people getting stupider, and why are we actually cooking this game? That's crazy. At 15 kills, bet. Well, people are probably getting stupider without really getting stupider. I don't think anyone's getting dumber or lacking intelligence. No one's goofier than usual. I mean, there's definitely some wackos, but really there always has been. It's just in a different form. Not everyone is a photocopy of the next. Everyone has some variation in themselves. That's what, makes us human. So maybe it isn't that we're getting dumber, or even that we're being, forced to learn things that aren't right or aren't relevant. It's just people have always been different. And some people are simply just pointing out the flaws in others when really they have the same flaws, it's just in a different manner. I mean, everyone's always been weird. It's just people probably used to be weird a little differently, a little weirder than before, or a little less weird, but still weird. It's still the same. It's just, in a different context. And so people are pointing out the weirdness and calling it stupid. And it is. It's cringy and it can be stupid. But it doesn't mean it's necessarily wrong or bad. It just means they're just different than what the standardized person would seem to be. Or, I'm just, yapping about nothing. And people are just getting dumber and no one cares. No one's trying. And we're all doomed. Which also doesn't sound too far-fetched. Then again, the thing I was just saying does. So, take everything with a grain of salt. Other than that, I think that's going to do it for today. So if you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, and you're around here, consider subscribing for more yapping as much as possible. And hope you enjoy getting your ears blown out. See ya.